here to talk to you about healthcare, because healthcare is under a full assault right now, and it is personal to me, and I am scared.
Yes.
It's awesome to see all of you out here, and it is so exciting to have President Obama in the house. We need Orange County to take back the House. We need elected leaders who will protect our beliefs, who will see our values and visions for America and legislate what we need for our country. There's a full assault on healthcare. They are trying to roll back it, threaten it, and reverse it every day. And this is personal to me, and I want to tell you why. In 2003, I lost my son, Michael, to a preventable medical error. My heart broke further when I realized the extent of quality issues that weren't being addressed in healthcare, frankly, because the financial incentives did not align with the priority of quality and health in our country. Hospitals were paid fee-for-service and based on how many beds they filled, not whether they kept us safe or healed us. And before the ACA, safety and quality were kind of not as much a priority in our country. But Obamacare fundamentally changed and improved the quality of health care for patients by requiring hospitals to publicly report their safety outcomes, like serious events, which happened to my son, falls and infections, and to link those payment incentives for delivering better and safer care. I am proud to see that because of Obamacare, because of the Affordable Care Act, safety and harm events like what happened to my son are now reported and linked to payment incentives. And improvement networks funded by the Affordable Care Act help hospitals share ideas and improve to keep patients like us safer and better. The ACA was a major shift in healthcare towards better, safer care. And I want better, safer care to stay, not go away.
That's right.
Another thing the ACA did was support insurance for Americans who could not get insurance for pre-existing conditions. I have a medically complex 10-year-old son with a heart defect, an esophageal defect that causes him to be fed by a feeding tube. He's had 40 surgeries in 10 years, and it has been a long and exhausting and expensive road for our family. But if the ACA is repealed, he will not be able to get insurance because of his pre-existing conditions. You know, we all can't choose in life which of us gets hit with medical issues, which of us gets sick. But I believe it's a core value in our country to provide medical care for all Americans, not just the healthy or the wealthy. I want pre-existing condition coverage to stay, not go away. And the last thing the ACA did was to try to rein in the spiraling cost of health care. 1 in 3 of us is going to go bankrupt from the cost of health care. And that's just not acceptable, and President Obama knew that. I know that for my son, we have spent so much money out of pocket for his care for things that were not covered, big co-pays and high deductibles. Just last month, our insurance company informed us that in medication he's been on for 8 years was deemed no longer covered, and the cost is over $1,000 a month. Reining in the cost of healthcare is complicated. The ACA tried to reform the payment structure to reward hospitals to keep people well instead of just paying them when they're sick. Novel concept, huh? Well, this was a major step forward for our country. We learned a lot of what works and didn't work from this first great effort in payment reform. We have to fix some of the challenges in payment reform. But I believe that the ACA should not be repealed for payment reform, but revised. Our country has to keep working to reduce the cost of care. Yes. Woo! I want our leaders to reform, not repeal the ACA, and work to get the cost of care under control. Yeah. Families should not go bankrupt from health care. Let's keep our payment reforms improving and not repeal them. You know, I, like you, am scared of what the future is going to look like for our children if we don't elect leaders who have the courage to forge ahead and make healthcare better, safer, and more affordable. President Obama had the courage to bring forth major legislation to improve healthcare. And you know what? It does not make America great again to protect profits over people and repeal the ACA.
Thank you.
Orange County needs to step up and elect leaders who will protect and improve the affordability of care for patients like my son and like all of your families. We need courage and progress, not reverse and repeal.
Thank you.
It is time for us to step up and elect leaders who will make progress in healthcare and reduce cost to patients. Be with me, get out the vote, and put patients first.